Happy Wednesday. I was listening to a podcast this morning. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm getting ready in the morning, part of my morning routine. And I was listening to a woman tell her story of how she came to be an online coach. And I found it really inspiring, and it really resonated with me. And I'd love to share it with you in case it resonates with you. Go ahead if you want to drop me a comment. I'd be happy to share with you the podcast. I can send you the link after this live video is done. But this woman, she went into her boss's office and asked for a raise. She had made some significant contributions to the company and wanted to be compensated for them, felt like she deserved a raise for the work that she was putting in and the value that she was providing to the company. Granted, this, at the time, this wasn't a fitness organization. She was working for a charity organization in Chicago. But her experience really resonated with me, and I thought it might resonate with a lot of us out there going through some similar situations. So she had asked her boss for a raise, and her boss's response was, she laughed. She laughed at her. How could she have the audacity to ask for a raise? And her boss said, you will get a 50-cent raise like everybody else in the company. And that was it, end of story. There was no room for advancement, no room for growth or opportunity, that you should be happy with a 50-cent raise like everybody else. And, listening to that story, it really, I felt a lot of emotion listening to that story, especially having gone through, having been through similar situations. And the story she was telling was before COVID, right? Pre-pandemic. And I think there's a lot of us right now, especially what's going on at, the big chain here in San Diego, and I'm watching my friends that are still teaching there, what they're going through, where, nobody's asking for raises right now. Nobody is asking for a raise. Number one, we're just fighting to keep our jobs, right? Keep the little bit that we have, and oftentimes doing it with a pay cut, right? And we're working more. So, if I had to sum up what I learned from the podcast and learned from her story, was she was in a situation where somebody was trying to keep her in a box, because keeping her in that box served them. It didn't really serve her. And she had the courage to take the lid off and climb out of that box, because she knew she had bigger dreams for her life, that she was capable of more. And, I think there's been a lot of times in my life where I've felt stuck, right? Where I knew I had more potential and I just wasn't living up to that potential, but I didn't know where to go, what to do. And in those situations, we have to be brave enough to take the lid off, right? And I really feel like this, 2020, where I've taken off the lid a lot. Been a lot of changes in my life, and I think even when we get to 2021, I will look back and see just how much change happened in such a short amount of time. But she was brave enough to take the lid off. And I want you to know that you have the power to take the lid off too. And I think sometimes we get in those situations where we're stuck, and I've been there. I'm waiting for somebody to come get me out of the box. I'm waiting for somebody to come lift up that lid. And I can tell you that no one is coming to save you. There's only one person that can take that lid off, and it's you. So if you feel like you have bigger aspirations, bigger dreams for your life, I dare you to even if it's just picking up the lid a few inches and taking a peek to see what other opportunities are out there for you. The other thing I want to talk about is when you're making a choice not to lift the lid, you're still making a choice. You're making a choice to stay safe, stay comfortable, stay in the box. Not making a choice, it's still making a choice. So if you are looking to take a peek to see what else is out there, if you are in a position where you feel like you are ready to pop the top, right, ready to blow the lid, but you're looking for support, you're looking for mentorship to help get you out of the box, to support you as you take that lid off, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. I am very fortunate to be a part of a group of women that we support one another as we live up to our potential, where we have big dreams for our life and we work on the steps to how to get there. Now, what success looks like to me is not going to be the same for another woman in the group, but we can all support one another to take the steps to get ourselves to that bigger life that we want to live. So if you are looking for that support, that mentorship, that accountability, let me know. I would love to help you. You can drop me a note in the comments. You can send me a message, even if it's just somebody to cheer you on as you check out other options, right? I'm here for you. I want you to know that you matter and the work that you do, it matters.